Welcome to another Tech Tuesday video. Tech Tuesdays are brought to you by Delt, a project of Propel. This week's Tech Tuesday is the second installment in our Google Intensive Extras series. This week, we'll be reviewing Google Gems. Gems are custom specialized versions of Google Gemini that you can create to act as your own personal AI experts or assistants. When you create a gem, you give it a role and feed it specific rules. You can also connect it to knowledge as you see fit. This may involve uploading a textbook or connecting it to a specific website to pull from. Then you save your gem and you can reuse it anytime you go to complete a task that you would with Gemini. I like to use Gemini to brainstorm when I'm lesson planning or developing curriculum. So here I've created a IET Trades math tutor to help me brainstorm some math contextualization for our IET Trades courses. By creating this tutor, I can name it, provide it with a description of what it is. Here I told it, you are a math tutor for students enrolled in IET courses in the trades. These students are preparing for the GED exam and enrolled in a high-intensity credential program such as CDL, welding, or electrical maintenance. And then I gave it specific instructions. I asked it to explain as simply as possible. Never give the final answer first. Use real-world analogies, use clear math formatting, and highlight key terms when it answers. I also loaded some knowledge. Here I've got our Math for Trades 1 open textbook loaded into my gem. Now let's test it out and look at the differences between Gemini and the gem I just created in responding to a simple prompt. I asked both, can you help me brainstorm some problems where I might need to use percentages in my welding program? Gemini responded with this. The first example it gave was regarding metallurgy and shielding gases. It says, you are using a classic 75-25 shielding gas mix, 75% argon and 25% carbon dioxide for MIG welding carbon steel, etc., etc. The way this is phrased, it makes some assumptions about how much I know about welding that, frankly, I don't necessarily know as a given. For comparison, let's look at the response from the gem I created. Here, it replied with the same first example, but with simpler language. It said, determining shielding gas mixtures. When using gas metal arc welding, your shielding gas is often a blend of different gases like argon and carbon dioxide. Then it gives me an analogy to relate this to the real world. Imagine making a glass of chocolate milk where you need a specific portion of chocolate syrup mixed into the milk to get the perfect flavor. Then it also offers a problem. If you're using a gas tank with a total capacity of 120 cubic feet of a gas blend and the mixture calls for 25% carbon dioxide, how many cubic feet of carbon dioxide are inside the tank? This response agrees with the rules I set in my gem. It uses simple language, it gave me real-life analogies, and it prompted me with a problem to help me practice the target skill. This is the power of creating and using gems when you are working with Gemini as an AI tool. We know that prompts are everything when it comes to AI chatbots. Using gems just helps streamline your prompts and keep them consistent and applied automatically.